Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to some Rogue Tower. Do I do single defense, double defense? Let's do double defense. Single defense is fun, but maybe a little too easy. Triple defense is a little too hard. Double defense probably is just right. Now, things have changed. Every level this house will pay an adjacent tower equal to gold to the current level. People keep telling me to level up my ballistas because that'll get me more money around this house. That is not actually the case. That's not how it works. It's based on the current level of the game and and that's it. I was quite confused about that because I had a lot of people very much pushing for something that did not exist. I think it was just a fundamental misunderstanding of what how things work. Hello, Frostbolts. Let's just go with that. Go from there. So Rogue Tower got an update? Yeah. It didn't add anything new. It mostly nerfed some of the really overpowered combos, namely Namely, it made sprayers and the lightning, the Tesla towers, not nearly as good as they used to be, but honestly, it's okay. It needs to change the level term to wave. Yeah, instead of level 4, it'd be wave 4. That would make things a lot clearer. Because, yeah, I had some people that were, like, legitimately quite angry about how I was handling things. Also, there's no longer any further levels for quality over quantity. They got rid of levels 2 and 3 for that one, so you really do actually have to get your towers up to a much higher level to get that crit, which is honestly totally understandable. A little rough, but understandable. Well, I'm already digging this level layout. Let's just get a couple more. There we go. I should probably focus at least a little bit on armor, maybe. It'll be fine. Okay. Do we want to go for... Do we want to grab the haunted houses now? Yeah. Yes? Yeah, I'll grab them. They're mildly obligatory anyway. Ah, it's turning. Dang. I was really hoping I could get these two to just go in parallel for quite some time. Let's see. I agree with removing the third tier of crits, but I wonder if the second tier is too much of a nerf bad adjustment. Yeah, I don't know yet. It felt like a lot of the patch was just kind of taking a nerf bat to everything, and then we'll see how it boils down. The problem is I want to pick up mana bolts, but I don't have a good alternative at the moment. Now, do we want to do encampments today? Encampments are tempting. Let's give encampments a shot. Okay, extend that. And just put this here. Because I usually pick 2 towers, and I haven't done an encampment run yet. So I think today's the day that we find out how encampments work as far as base viability goes. Unfortunately, you know what encampments need? They need the mortar upgrade that increases AoE size a little bit. And mana bolts 4+, you need so much mana regen if you're doing a lot of ballistas. I know, but I want to give it a shot. Okay. Let's try this one, see where it goes. Oof. Let's see. Yeah, because it only puts down a couple of mines. Once we can get this thing's range to be a lot higher, its rate of fire should go up dramatically. Because, yeah, currently it's, not great. I should probably also just level up some of these for a moment. There we go. So what changes have I found so far? So Tesla's attack half as fast. Poison sprayers attack 30, like a third as fast. Same thing with flamethrowers, which hurts kind of badly, actually. Barbed wire, bonus damage to health? Sure. Hey, no, let's grab Seance. I'm gonna put this here. Yeah. Seems like a reasonable shot. And grab these here. If I can. Hey, thank you, Kaylin Hudson, for the 6-month resub as well. Thanks so much. Yeah, the landmines work. The big problem is the landmines get shredded by little guys kind of out front, which is a little tougher. I like the idea of encampments getting a bigger blast radius, because all it takes is one little guy to just absolutely make it impossible or to render them kind of moot. Oh, all ballistas do extra damage to health. That's a new change. I like that. I probably still want to grab heavy shafts, but no, I'm going to grab broadhead bolts. And we're just going to focus both of these on most armor. And actually up the armor a bunch. Just to like 5, give or take. Same thing over here. There we go. That should be better. Might want to get a couple more here and there, but I am desperately low on money. There we go. And thank you, Pumpkin, for the 14-month resub. Thanks for getting me addicted to another couple of games. Loving Rogue Tower and Vampire Survivors. Yeah, no problem. Both are great. If you guys want to know what's changed, please check the patch notes, and if somebody else shows up asking what has changed, please just direct them to the patch notes. It's pretty overt about what's changed. But I want to have to constantly... I want to grab... There's so many things. No Man's Land, Mana Bank, and Banditry. Oh, I'm gonna go for the Banditry. It's probably a bad idea, but I'm going for it anyway. Let's grab... Oh my gosh. Alright, this is problematic. Yeah, it should just be the Steam store page. Easy peasy. There we go. I think what I almost might need is... Oh. There's probably a least health thing. What I might want to do is get, like... no, that's a terrible idea. I was thinking it could be kind of fun to have a bunch of ballistas set for, like, lowest health. To kind of just shred whomever. This is going to hurt a bit. Yeah, like I said, haunted house, radar, heavy shafts, mana bolts. I'd love to go mana bolts, but that is very risky. Okay. I'm just gonna have these on most armor. Seems like my best bet at the moment. There we go. Yeah, the landmines work, but there's just not quite enough of them for me to currently rely on. Let's just get a number of these up to level 5. Because that base damage bonus is probably going to be enough to keep them off. Okay, there we go. Mana bolts, but we still... Poison bolts, though. I'll grab it. Ugh, this level design is quickly becoming kind of scuffed in a bad way. Any towers that works like the spike layer and balloons? Closest is the encampment. But it's... I don't know if it's necessarily as good. Okay. And yeah, we're gonna need a lot of landmines here. We're gonna need a lot of landmines all over the place. Eventually, I'd like to have them kind of on each of these points. Because the encampments do get more expensive, but they're not, like, wholly bad. And they're certainly working for kind of cleanup towards the end, so it's not so bad. I think we've got something here. We're just gonna need a lot of money to do it. All of these do burn damage? Sure. And let's start extending this a little bit. That there? Yeah, that's a good spot. Because that hits this entire thing. Okay, we're gonna have to watch out for both. We might have to mix in a third tower here. Something nice and long range to chew things down. Like some radars. I've been liking going for double radar. Or, just 2 tower runs. But we need something a little bit better. You know, I think a lot of Bloons-specific towers would be problematic as far as the balance of this game goes. I'd love to see some of those happen, specifically stuff like it just strike-through laser that just goes down a lane. I think that could be really interesting. But also very, very strong. Kind of what the saw blade does, but without the limitations, which is, yeah, part of it. Well, I mean, it mostly works. Extra poison damage, university, longbow. Let's go for the range. Okay, so he's going to come from there. Let's just put it here. Give him another encampment? Yeah. And then probably focus some more ballistas kind of around here. Anything up high. Actually, maybe I should have a couple that are focused on near death. I don't have enough. Okay, and how's Oogie doing? He's a-coming. And I do have the 5% slow. Okay, there it goes. Let's see, what are you aiming for? Kind of whatever. Most health. Most health. Okay, there we go. This should work. Has a lot of status effects. I honestly don't know if I'd ever want to invest in higher percent damage. Yeah, let's go for the mana bank. It's about time. Banditry level 3, yes. Only 1. All right, that's fair. Oh boy. Okay. Have these on most shield. There we go. A little late to get that one down, but it's fine. No shield. And then I think I'll just have this one on most health. There we go. Let's see. Had to add my phone number to chat. I'm sorry about that. I should probably disable that. I had it on for a while because of hate raids and some other things. I very much, like, did not want to run afoul of that kind of business. But it seems like those have kind of, sort of chilled out a little. Okay, so the ghosts are going to be a problem. Okay. Let's give this sucker a little bit more shield damage. There we go. We should probably give it an accompaniment as well. Because we do a decent chunk of poison damage. Just not quite enough. Let's see. So I want to go for the crit. Do I want to go for the enchanted bolts? Or do I want to go for encampments gaining range? Let's go for the encampments gaining range because that increases the rate of fire by an amount. Okay. Extends that a little bit. Oh, right. And we have the mana banks and the haunted houses. So at this point, I can start making some money here. Obviously, there's some question on whether or not I'm going to survive. But I think I'm in a better spot than I was. Let's give this some anti-shield levels. Alright, there we go. This should be a little bit better. Let's see. I should probably go through and actually buff all of these up so they at least do times 10. There we go. Perfect. At least the ghosts aren't going to be getting through here. I'm going to need some more encampments all over the place, though. Honestly, what I'm probably going to want to do is just kind of pop them wherever there's, like, a good loop around. I also just want a ton kind of around here, so anything that gets back to this area just gets absolutely shredded. Let's see. I guess honestly what I should have probably done, now I'm thinking about it with this update. Oh, they do disappear over time. I guess I kind of knew that. Do we want to do slow but sure? Yes. Yeah, because poison damage is going to go farther here. Yeah, let's go for that. 13 RPM. That's not too bad. It's still one mine every 5 seconds, which is a little rough. Okay. Those fast little ghosties are a problem. Because they eat all of my mines and leave very little left. On the flip side, I'm not quite sure how I want to do this. Because the immediate problem is, because mines don't stick around from round to round, it means putting my mines kind of up early is pointless because they effectively cannot build up. So you really have to have just this like insane minefield at the very, very end. So what I should probably do is have just a ton of ballistas all over the place in the earlier levels, specifically aimed at cutting down anything that is fast. Let's see, catching up on Dark Cloud on episode 14 so far. I need to get back to that. I've been busy. Let's see, go for the range, go for the damage to armor. Let's go damage to armor. Oh boy, how do we lay this out? I have not the foggiest. Are these? No, these are not actually close. Wow, these graves are just in the worst possible locations for me. Let's see, fastest. 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 Yeah, let's just have this whole upper area be fastest. We should probably also go back to these houses and make sure they're kind of beefed out. Alright, there we go. Let's see, hovering portals. What are hovering portals? Hovering portals are the beholder spawners that show up at the end of, or that show up around wave 39 and 40. They're absolutely brutal. Oh, were they patched with the new update? Hovering portals, hit points and speed reduced, spawns fewer observers but more eyes. Okay. Because that was actually a serious problem. Let's grab longbow. Okay, fastest. And yeah, let's get these up so they at least do a decent chunk of base damage at the very least. Let's see, you're at the right level. What about these guys? Because they're cheap enough to upgrade. Ooh, something got through. I don't know what it was, but it was a horde and it hurt. Okay, let's do fastest. Let's keep going fastest. Probably level this up. We seem to be doing reasonably okay, but we're working on it. Imagine a ballista only run. I've done it before. It's pretty good. I'm honestly wondering if I'd actually be better off going for a ballista only run, though it's a lot tougher with a dual lane build. Okay, let's go for frostbolts level 2. do this, because if I can get this to loop back, then this becomes a little bit more useful. Yeah, this is a serious problem with the encampments, that you cannot put them forward. They have to be towards the end. I guess it's not that bad if you see it from the perspective of, well, then you just kind of cover your entire ending area in nothing but. Yeah, okay, that's not so bad. Yeah, encampments don't seem that good. I think there's a lot of potential for them, but I think they are hampered heavily by the limitation of not being able to keep their mines out between rounds. That, unlike every other tower which you can put kind of wherever, these ones have to be at the end, and nothing more. Let's see, is this art style called something? Thinking of Creeper World. Technically low poly. Creeper Worlds, or I guess this is not even low poly. It's equal parts low poly and or even just voxel. Let's see, we want vile consumption. Oh no, we just want creeping cough, there it is. But I can definitely see the comparison to Creeper Worlds. They both have very, very simple graphics. It's very uncluttered. I think the only immediate problem with this one is that there's no detail to discern, you know, what height a thing is based on color. Which for the most part isn't a problem, except for in a couple of edge cases where you're really trying to figure out, am I placing this on the right level? And it gets very confusing very fast. Okay. Of these encampments, a number of them are a decent level. Yeah, this one hasn't even hit anything. I think that's my problem, that I'm reliant on these encampments for shredding enemies, but they're not actually gaining EXP. Which is an issue. Okay, and then there's just one dude left here. Let's get another one of these. There we go. Rip and tear, ballistas. These are rough. I might actually want to grab the radar. For a map like this, yeah. Because I think radars, encampments, and ballistas are a good combo together. We're not going to be able to go down any of their upgrade paths particularly effectively here, unfortunately. Oh, here's the other issue. Haunted houses. I should be getting them down. I don't think we have all the seance upgrades, though. But the map so far has been absolutely piss poor for haunted house exploitation. Death taxes have dropped off as of late. Ooh, boy. Okay. Well, here's the nice part. There's almost no penalty right now for being out of mana, because none of my things actually require it. Okay, so the landmines seem to be working pretty damn well. All the dots ballista is so good. Yeah. I just love the colored trail more than anything else. It's just pretty. Let's see, damage to shield, damage to health, or full metal jacket. I think I'm gonna go full metal jacket. If I can get my radars to set things on fire, that'll be quite nice. Okay, I have enough for one of these. I did use up, like, most of my 3 height things. But still. Okay, so we're gonna have this be fastest. They're pricey to upgrade, though. Yeah, the upgrade costs for the planes went up by a tremendous amount. They're supposed to attack more often. What is it doing? It barely attacks. I don't know. I still have an extreme issue with the radars. Maybe it'll do tons. I think we can't do fastest. I think it needs to be on most health. Like most health, most armor. Or most shield, in this case. Trying to put them on anything else and they'll just keep losing their target. But yeah, the big issue is they have to bank. And that does not necessarily make for good fighting. Okay, heavy shafts. I do really appreciate heavy shafts 3 gives even more damage to armor. This is a big change and is something that I'm very happy about. Let's go for the just bonus damage to health. Okay. I'm thinking of getting an encampment here. I will say the planes do a ton of damage, so it's kind of worth it. That's a really bad spot, actually. I think I'd be better off just getting my encampments around here. Yeah, it's about the same RPM, but it actually appeals to both. And has some time to wind up a little bit. It's supposed to attack more often, but I think the main problem is it still has to do this bank. And it loses a lot of time doing the bank. Like, it almost needs kind of a separate logic for its path. Instead of picking across the entire map, it live updates, like, where it should be targeting based on where it is. Because right here, it should be aiming at these guys, not there. Maybe if you set all 3 priorities? No, because the thing I'm looking for is closest. I just want my plane to have... Well, I want a priority specifically for the plane that has it focus fire on the closest thing to it with the most amount of shield. And that's not actually an option for me. Alright, let's grab the universities, because it's time for those. And we get them. Also, I saw a lot of people specifically criticizing me for not spreading these out, or criticizing me for not going tall with the universities. I do think it's actually quite worth it to go relatively wide with them, because it rolls once per university per stat point. And so I think going wide with at least a couple of these, but then mostly focusing on shields, is the way to go. Because shields are honestly the only real danger to me, as far as these runs go anyway. Do we have every house fully represented? No, we don't. I should actually get to work on that, like, ASAP. Because I see at least a couple of spots that are currently not covered. All towers gain 5% crit chance. Yup. Let's see. I'm just going to keep going with this path. Oh, we also have some more graves that I should probably utilize. Not that I'm generating enough mana to actually fund them. I'm getting there. But since all of my mana is just being pumped into finances, it doesn't matter so much. Okay, we're back on the game. Which means I can do this. Get another one down. These guys are getting through. actually is a bit of a concern. Okay. I was hoping to maybe get mana bolts here. But it looks like those are unfortunately not that available. Let's see. What do we do? Extra bleed damage, no man's land. We want that range. Okay. Before we get anything down, I should probably get the haunted houses. If there's any good spots. The graves have been kind of here. Okay, is that all available graves? It feels like it. It's probably not. Next thing would be finish off the houses. Just to get the money. Let's see, what do you usually set your ballistas on? Either fastest or most health. It's kind of either or. Fastest for the slow kind of cuts down a lot of the little guys that zip through my defenses. Most health cuts down enemies so that they can, that everything reaches the end at kind of a weakened state. Here I'm going fastest because I'm trying to kill all of the, like, quick little guys as opposed to anything else. I'm just gonna put my faith in that we're kind of good here. Unfortunately, this is a god-awful spot for houses, so I should probably upgrade this maybe a little bit. And I'm just gonna upgrade a couple of these more niche case ballistas that really don't have much else to shoot for. Because if I can get them up to level 10, they can do a decent chunk of last hits. Let's see. More ballistas. 4 here. Okay, do we have any other houses? Radars gain range, biplanes gain burn damage, or Seance level 2. We need the money. Yeah, do I see any other graves that I can currently access that I'm not utilizing? Nope. Oh, but I'm also poor as dirt. Yeah, let's just get my shields up. So what was the most OP towers you've encountered so far? It varies. It used to be sprayers and Teslas, but that has changed dramatically, and I'm not actually sure if that's the case any longer. In fact, I'm almost pretty sure it's not. They got the nerf bat pretty hard. And it's a bunch of rough business around here. What are you? You're on most health? Get you up a little bit more. Because yeah, I want these to do a decent chunk of damage. Let's get a radar here. What do you want? Most health in progress? Sure. Honestly, should probably just kind of spread it out a little. What else do we do? I mean, we seem to be kind of holding our own. The missile boys are probably going to be the biggest issue. And means I should probably go a lot harder on ballistas. And even some more encampments. Okay. I think at this point we want to grab quality over quantity. Because a lot of my structures are actually a decent level. These are not paying out. Then again, you really need the extra university perks to make them pay out that much better. There we go. I'm just gonna get them to 5 for the time being. I think I'm gonna need to bring my money to bear back on this area. I think we just need more ballistas. Okay. Because, yeah, these are just gouting bats. Oh, boy. And there's missiles right there. Ooh, this hurts. Yeah, we lose. Okay, let's take a look at this. Radar was okay, damage per gold. Encampment just... I don't know how to get them to work. I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. I think we just needed a much, much better map layout for me to go encampments. I thought it was going to be great because they were all close together, but nope. Maybe if I gone further into ballistas, or maybe if I had gone even further into radar, it wouldn't have been so bad. I think I still want to try the particle cannon, though. So maybe we do that on a double defense for the next round.